Sergio Studios. Extra. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Sergio Dominguez with another animation look through, and this one is The Sergio Show, episode 120. Some interesting things to talk about, so let's get started. So this is the one where I use the cross live action animation effect. I think this is one of my earliest examples, but the first time using the editing software to bring this to life. So I'll show you how I did that. First, I'm here explaining some things. Here we go. Now it's an interesting shot where I get out of here and here. I like that part because it's supposed to show that this is a level platform base. So I'm glad that came out like that. Now here's the portal. Now let me explain the animation of the portal. Now the way the portal looks like that whole swirling around thing. Well, what I did was, I took pencil lines and made an outline here, outline here, outline here. Made a couple of frames of different outlines. Then I would pick different gradient colors, fill each shape that I left the weird lines in, and then take out the outlines that were making the shape, and that's how it has that look. That's why there's no outline. I took it out when I drew it in, and everything's a gradient, and I just had this swirly look effect, and just cycled it too. Cycled it in frames. So that's how the portal looks like that. All swishy. This is a funny moment in timing here where I have to slip on a banana peel and jump in. But in this case, I was like, maybe I shouldn't jump in. But instead I get bammed in by a batarang ex machina, and I like how it looked. I like the timing of it because it's like, oh, is it going to? Is it going to? No, because that no was so fast. And then, batarang ex machina. This is one of my favorite shots I ever animated in this. Now, this layer is a thin gradient layer of blue and white, and the opacity, transparency, very thin. And the background that you see is actually crayons on a sketchbook. I made about 4 or 5. Just scribbled and colored, and did some dots and lines, and scanned them in. But when I scanned them in, the picture quality was so high it would crash. So I found a way to manage and export it into 1080p a little bit to give it that look. And there we go. And I love this shot. This is just a solid drawing of me going, ah. And then when you get to the back part of me, it cuts to me. Almost the same drawing, but I managed to change a little bit to where it looks like it's, me from the back. So it does cut to me to the front, to me to the back. But this is a very well done shot. The internet portal here. So I'm really impressed by this and proud of this shot. Yeah, well, very simple, but it does look like it cuts to down. Beautifully done. Yeah, probably surprisingly simple, but it still had a lot to it. There's a little bit of hand-drawn animation here, but since it was only blue outline, I mean, it's not filled with anything, it was going to be easier to do. And even simplified too, because it's just a couple frames here, mostly the mouth. Not this. I think there's a throwaway line, or I took a line here and put in the previous scene to just cut to it. Again, very nice camera shot. Whoop. Nice. Now this is just a simple shot of like a white light coming in. This is the white light. It's animated to like open, and also a transform tool to have it like really come in. Boom. Like this pose. It's just a lot of animation shots that I like here. It's one of my favorite episodes. And here goes its light. It's bright. And it's brightish, lightish. Boom. Okay. Now here we go. Now we're getting to the part where I'm cutting live action with animation in this case. And I said this in one animation look through in a couple of videos and stuff, but I'll bring it up here. The animation is done behind a green colored wall, a green background. And when I'm done animating it, like here, I would export it, take it to the editing software, get the chroma key feature of the editing software, take out the green, put in the live action background, and I have that effect. This one too. Oh, oh, oh. So background, so yeah, that's how that worked. Very, very simple. But man, it was a long time coming. Yeah, this is actually a live action part where I'm supposed to close this door, and this is actually the live action part. So I put an animation over this part where I'm supposed to close a portal. So that worked. So here I am talking to live action me, but it is funny because you don't see me. But this is where I have to keep the eyeline perfect. Because since this is me and we're not doing anything very extravagant, it's just me talking to myself like I'm right here from a distance. And since we're, the same, we're supposed to be the same height and have the same eye line. So we just have to animate each other looking forward. We're not passing each other anything. So, but this was my really good start of doing this effect finally. After trying to. Yep. I think this could be audio from the live action part that I brought in to time it. Sometimes they're not timed. Sometimes I would just roughly estimate it and just animate whatever if it's just a reaction or something simple. But if I am off by a certain thing, I can find a way to edit it around it and still work on the timing through editing. Probably rejected line. It is funny to just see this, but it worked. It worked. It was my early attempt. At least early a consistent attempt. I finally had the special effect to do so at the time. Yee. This is probably the fan art scene. Like, yeah, thank you. And thank you very much for watching. Okay, I think there's a part where I pop in and that was animated in. So I export this and then I took this and I animated through the editing software to bring me in. I think that's it for that shot. Now this is, yeah, probably the end of the montage. And I'm getting sent back home. And I think that, yeah, this wiggle is because I think I did something live action me. Was just moving around and I had to move my character out of the way. Yep. Film. And there we go. I'm back. I like that part where it's like, oof. I was just plopped back in, which kind of how I entered through the other side. Oof. Like that. So that's neat. Me signing off. And I think I have a couple more shots to share. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Here it is. This is just the portal by itself because I think I needed it for, yeah, the green screen one. So just in case I have any more portal effect of just that alone. Let me see. Here comes the montage, the throwing the ball. All right, since I wanted to show off that this is live action, I took live action pictures of in this case some props, in this case like a rag, to really show that I was really having cartoon Sergio interact with the live action world. And here's another example, holding a real pen and sketch pad to give it that look. Same thing with the kitchen knife. Click, 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 click. That classic game. Let me see something. Yeah, and I think there was a point, yeah, that there's a mask here because that went over the other side of the finger, so I had to hide part of the blade to make it look like it went over my finger, around my finger and stuff. And here we are, just snugly in the blanket. And that's it. That's all I want to talk about through this animation look through. It was both live action and animation, but I love talking about this episode. It's one of my favorites. And it was a fun moment of special effects for me, and I hope it was for you guys. I know this is one of the most popular episodes, so I'm glad I can break this down more and more every time I talk about it. And glad to be part of this. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Questions, comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, thank you very much. I am Sergio Dominguez saying, have an animated day.